Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new vlog. So first of all today, what I'm going to go and do is speak to Peter before I get today's job, and I'm going to essentially tell him that I would love to accept his offer for me to be the farm manager of the cow farm. This sort of offer does not come up very often, and I think really as it is in a place where I love and a place which I know, it would just be very unwise to decline the offer, so I'm going to go straight for it. And, well, I don't know when we're going to be starting. Also, I don't know what kind of perks there's going to be with the job. I would imagine it would be a better wage, and also I'd imagine the working time is going to be a bit more flexible, because I would be the manager. But then again, having said that, there would be a bit more work involved. Not necessarily physical work, but planning. Things need to be planned, things have to go well. Because if I'm not running an efficient farm, he's not going to want me at all. I need to make sure the animals are always healthy, they always get the feed when they're supposed to, and if we are going to be doing some arable work as well, I need to make sure all the crops are of a high quality, make sure they're fertilised at the right time, harvested at the right time, drilled at the right time, all that sort of stuff. So there is quite a responsibility here. Also, I don't know what the responsibility would be with buying machinery. The machinery has to be maintained to a high standard, and it has to all be functioning when it's needed. Now obviously breakdowns do happen, so those things have to be just expected, but they have to perform well, and they have to do a good job. Anyway, let's go and just tell him first of all that I would love to accept the opportunity, and then we'll see what he says about actually starting. Let's park this over here for now and go there. I probably should have taken the pallet fork off, but it's fine. Right, I can see he has got a grain pusher, because he did finish the harvest when I wasn't here. I was busy doing the manure work in the far field, and he has actually, well, he's tipped this fairly close to the pile of oilseed rape there. Anyway, let's go and speak to him. It's the best thing to do. Ah, Daggerwin, just in time. Can you go and push the grain up for me? Morning, Peter. Can we just quickly discuss the farm manager opportunity? What? Oh, the position's been filled, sorry. What? Only joking, Daggerwin. You know me by now. It's my sense of humour. Yeah, we'll discuss it in a minute, but yeah, could you just get it pushed up first? Of course. Yes, good sense of humour. My heart was in my mouth. It's the first time I've ever used this with the grain pusher. But yeah, we just need to push the grain away from the other crop which is in there. It does not want to be touching it. It definitely shouldn't even be in the same shed, but with a division it would have been fine. It doesn't have a division, that's the issue. So I should probably move the Massey Ferguson. I need to get a better angle. Don't want to make it worse. It wants to be pushed right up there. Yeah, I'll move the Massey Ferguson out of the way. It's going to give me a bit more space to manoeuvre. And really, I think he is planning on actually getting this grain sold as quickly as possible. The reason why it's in here in the first place is because when he was harvesting, the crop prices were terrible. The grain prices were really bad. Probably because of the supply. There were so many people supplying the grain, the demand had decreased. As you would expect, supply and demand. So, yeah, he just wants to get the price to improve. It's never going to be the best ever, but as long as it improves, I'm sure that'll be better than just selling it straight off the field. Right then, so that has taken some time to get it all nicely separated, but at least now the crops are not anywhere near each other. Really they should have a bale just put between them, a few bales, line of bales here, but that's fine, at least they are on completely separate sides of the shed. Now this obviously was the storage shed. Peter doesn't have much storage here, yet he has quite a bit of machinery, so he's definitely outweighed there. More machinery than storage. But it is now time to go and speak to him about the offer, which I definitely am going to agree to. Okay. Now about your new position on the farm. Wait, how did you know I was going to accept? You don't look like a fool, and only a fool would have declined my offer. Interesting way of putting it. Yeah, so obviously I do want to accept it. When do I start? Now, of course. So I'm going to give you one of my farm workers to look after the farm with you. They won't always be there, but they can be there whenever you want them to be. So I've chosen Paula. She does seem to be a very hard worker. That's fine by me. And it is just livestock work, is it? No arable. Again, that's totally up to you, but I do recommend ploughing some of the grass fields around there. I do own several grass fields, and I will give you a map so you know exactly which ones belong to me. And the final thing is, well, how do I put this? You get a house with the position. A house? I've just set up my caravan. And my new field. You don't have to accept it, you don't have to live there if you don't want to, but it's always there if you do want it. Well, thanks, Peter. I really do appreciate that, but I'm going to have to think about it. I understand. I can see the position you're in. Oh, and before I forget, you'll have access to the company accounts, and you'll have your own tractor. I'm giving you the JCB. Is that okay? That's more than okay. Thanks again. So there we go. Yeah, I'm now farm manager of the cow farm. It feels weird. I kind of feel like I don't have a clue what to do. But, yeah, well, as you can see, I do have access to the farm's accounts, and, well, £200,000, that's pretty good. So I need to do him proud. I can't just go spending all the money. Obviously, if I wanted to buy a new machine, I could do. I think that'd be a big mistake, though, at this stage. Oh, and Daggerwin, before I forget, can you take that cultivator up to the cow farm? Oh, of course. Yes, it's a bit in the way. Okay, well, we'll do that. And, yeah, I should probably move the grain pusher as well. I actually don't know where this is going to live, but, well, down the side of the shed is going to be a good place. Only problem is it is going to block in those trailers, so if I just put it over to the side, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Yeah, so he does have so much machinery just lying around here. I don't know if he wants to have more of it moved, because this farm is a bit overcrowded, and he does have quite a bit of space over at the cow farm. I think we might have to give it a name. It doesn't actually have a name. I've already spoken to Peter about that before. Obviously it wouldn't be an official name, but it could be a name which we refer to it as. Honestly, I can't think of anything, but as I'm doing a vlog, maybe my viewers can think of something. I don't know, maybe we can think of a distinguishing feature of the farm. Obviously if you had a big landmark next to it, that would make it very easy, but yeah, I don't think there is any kind of distinguishing landmark. You know, like if it, for example, if it had a massive water tower or something, we could call it Water Tower Farm. Although it doesn't sound very good, but it would make sense. Just as long as nobody comes up with the idea of something like Cow Dung Farm, that wouldn't be very pleasant. So yes, the £200,000 that you can see, which is obviously the company's money, I think, well, the idea of it is to spend that on the necessary things. For example, feed, cow feed, and anything which the farm actually requires, not sort of, I feel like a new pickup truck today, let's go and buy one. Although, yes, I'm sure Peter wouldn't object too much if we did get one, as long as it wasn't taking up £200,000, although I think you'd do well to find a pickup truck for £200,000, that is quite steep. So yeah, I'm going to look at it as money to run the farm. Obviously my own money stays where it is, but that's really changed my idea of the piece of land which I am currently developing. What I could do is just sell all of that, give the loan back to the bank, and then just, you know, feel safe with the money that we have. It wouldn't be much, but I'd have no loan overhanging me. It's a question of what do we do. But I'm not going to rush into anything. I'm going to think about it methodically, and then we can, yeah, make sure we don't make any mistakes. I would imagine that this is the house which is, you know, part of the deal. It would make sense, especially as he's already mentioned that he would like to rent it out or something. It would be free. And yes, the rags which he hung on the line. Looks more like someone's washing to me, but anyway. That could be my house if I wanted it to be. I wouldn't own it. If I ever finish working here, I'd have to give it back. I don't know. I really don't know. But what I do know is this needs to be put away. Now, we do have a silage pit here, which will be used soon. It all comes down to me, though, to make the decisions. We've got a good store here. I think we're going to have to sort things out, because that it looks to be a good storage shed for fertiliser and bales. And we have another silage pit here, so maybe I should use the first silage pit as a storage point. And then, yeah, this is where he's got the straw. And then the cows, which are doing very well, are just there. So, yes. It's like a case of, it's really exciting to be a farm manager, and then, well, your first day you think, where do I start? It's a learning curve. I will learn. I will eventually figure it all out. I'm sure one day this will be a very efficient farm. But at least I do have Paula to help me out whenever I need her, so that is something. First things first, let's pop this off. And I should probably sort out the Abbey spreader and those bales. Now, I don't know if he has the feed mixture around here, because somebody else has been doing it, so I'm going to have to speak to him about where the feed mixer is and, you know, do a feed mix. Now, through experience of working for Peter, I know that the Abbey spreader does live at this farm, but this tractor doesn't. So to begin with, I'm going to go and drop off the Abbey spreader and then take this back over to the other farm. And I think also while I'm over at the other farm, I will go and speak to him again about the situation with money, just so I know for sure what he wants me to do when it comes to buying things. And also, yes, I think we could really do with some other method of giving the cows the straw quickly, because at the moment it's all done with a very small bucket. So that is something that I would change. The way that the straw is given to the cows is just far too slow. So yeah, I'll go and do that. And head back over to Peter's main farm. Or Peter's farm, it's not Peter's main farm. Peter's main farm is huge. I've never seen it. All I know is it's huge, it has a lot of machinery, and it has somebody else managing it. He does not manage it, he's just the owner. The way I just said he's just the owner makes me think, yeah, it's not a big deal. It is a big deal. He is the owner of 3 farms. What I should say is Peter is the owner. All you need to understand with the money is you can buy anything the farm actually needs. If the farm doesn't need it, then don't buy it. As for the machinery storage, the machines are going to get mixed up, so we're going to put machines from this farm over at the cow farm as well. It doesn't really matter, since I own everything anyway. Oh, and also, as you've got the New Holland here, can you go and take the windrow as well? Take it back to the cow farm? Alright, so that clarifies that. That's good. But it also means that we are going to be keeping the New Holland over there for now, but that's fine. I'll also probably be keeping the Ford over there at some point. But my plan for the next few minutes is to spend some money already, but I probably won't be spending any money again for a little while. At least not substantial money. I'm going to hopefully get a bigger, bulkier bucket, because yeah, the straw is just going to take too long to transport otherwise. Despite it being in the opposite shed, doing it with that small bucket there just takes a little while. It won't be necessarily a huge bucket, but it will be an upgrade from the small one which we have currently. And I do think that the first silage pit is going to be a storage point for machinery. It's just a good place for it. It's got a cover over it, it's got a roof. And we do have 2 silage pits anyway, so this just seems to be a good place to keep it. And we can just move everything out if we do require it, but I don't think we will do. So all we need to know now is which fields are Peter's. And yeah, he did give me a map. So I'll just get it out in a second, and then we can study the fields and see exactly which ones they are from here. Right, I'm not even looked at it myself yet, it's just given it to me, I put it in my pocket, so is this one of them? Yes, this one, the one over there, and the two behind the farm over there, they all belong to Peter. So I think we'll go for a bit of a jog through the field. See which one is the best one to plough up if we are going to plough one up. Yes, I would say this is a better one to keep as grass because the access for a combine would be tight. Probably possible, but just tight. And then there is another one beyond, which, well, I have to try and figure out how we get to them. I think... Aha, there we go. Now that one is definitely... That one's got potential to be an arable field. So yeah, that one might be ploughed, possibly. And then... Is that a gate to another field? It's an old gate. This is a gate. Again, this one is a fairly large field, so that could be an arable field. Oh yeah, it's a good field, that. But we do need to make sure there is still enough grassland left to feed the cows, because obviously we still need to make the feed. And I think... Oh, that one actually is the cow field. But as it turns out, that isn't even one of the 4 which I've already looked at. There is another one tucked behind this shed. I didn't even realise there was anything behind the shed. But there is this nice track which runs through the trees into yet another one of Peter's fields. He has so much land. And he sold Letton, so when he had Letton he had even more. Unless he's bought one of these since. I don't know. I don't really know the full story. But again, it is another potential field to be ploughed up if it needs to be. I think we'll... I've got lost. I think we'll... Well, I'll probably have 2 arable fields and 2 grass fields. That'd be the best way of doing it. I like that field. I like the entrance to that field. Very nice. Okay, so we've shut the gate. And what I need to do now is go and buy a more suitable bucket for transporting the straw. I just hope it's not going to be too expensive. I don't want to get through too much money instantly. Try and keep it as cheap as possible. But this is the thing, I need to always give the cows straw. You see, the way he's doing it is he shreds it first and puts it into a shed. I probably wouldn't do it that way if it was up to me, but as he's already got the machine there, that's one thing I'll probably have to just adopt. I'll have to adopt the idea of what he does there. It's so tempting to put my foot down. It's actually easily possible to speed through here with a tractor. Could get a speed ticket, can you imagine that? Now all I need to do is try and remember how I get to the store, but I'm pretty sure I can go this way. I hope I can go this way. I've never been up here before, actually. I usually do go through the town, so we'll find out. Yeah, this is the place. I managed to find it. Oh, and Peter's combine should be here. It is. Parked up. Right, so... Let's go and speak to them. Turn the engine off. Yes, can I have... Oh, it's you. What have I done wrong?
Oh, nothing. Anyway, what can I help you with today?
I need a bucket, please.
The plastic buckets are over there in a big stack. 99p each.
Not a plastic bucket. One for a front loader. You know, material handling.
Ah, well, you should have said you wanted a bucket. How was I supposed to know you wanted that kind of bucket?
Well, that's a giveaway.
Well, I didn't see you turn up. What kind of bucket do you want?
One for a front loader.
The size of it, you oaf.
Do you call all your customers oafs?
No. Only the ones which are oafs.
Okay, fair enough. So I'm an oaf. Can this oaf please have the biggest capacity bucket you can fit to that tractor?
Of course you can. I can do the MX dump bucket for £1,400.
Yeah, go for that then. Okay, so here it is. It's been delivered. They've just put it through the workshop to make sure everything was okay, but there's not much that can't be okay with this. It is just a bucket. So anyway, let's go and take it over to the farm. And as you would expect, the farm money has now gone down, which is sad to see, but at least it wasn't too much. £1,400, that's not too bad at all. So yeah, let's just go and move some straw. I've checked on the cows, they're okay for water and feed, but they are definitely lacking straw. I think this is actually twice the capacity of the one which we had before. And I think it took about 4 or 5 bucket loads before, so it should only be 2 or 3 bucket loads to get the straw into their feed area, which isn't too bad. That's not going to take up too much time at all. And as Peter has already got the straw in storage, actually before I do this, maybe I should just go and clean out their feed trough, because I have noticed they have spilt some. Not too bad, they're pretty good. This 4-wheel steer JCB just makes everything so easy to manoeuvre. Get into some really tight places with it. Okay, right, so now for the nice clean straw. I'm hoping not to do this again for a few days. I'll probably get Paula to do it some days of the week. Yeah, look at that. Get quite a bit in there. Okay, so yeah, I'll just do this. Very, very quick job. And tomorrow we might well start work in some of those grass fields, but it would be a shame to plough them up before they've been cut, and also it would be better to cut them first anyway. So yeah, I'm going to speak to Peter about what the best way of mowing those fields is, whether it's bales or anything like that, because we're not going to buy a new machine every time we have to do a different job. If Peter has the machine, we can just use his, because this isn't a separate farm, it is still Peter's farm. That is amazing. A bucket and a half is all it took. And they had no bedding left, it had all been mucked out. So, well, that is impressive stuff. So now the question is, this is my, well, it's not my tractor, but it is my tractor for this farm. What do I do with the Ford? Do I need the Ford? It would be a shame to get rid of it. I don't know. But we are going to leave it there for today. It's been a fantastic day. I'm just going to love every minute of working on this farm. But there we go. More to come soon. What should Daggerwin do with the Ford tractor? Should he keep it or should he sell it? You decide.